and I know you.
I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well,
Thank you. So, what do you have for me? Honestly, I've thought about using illusion magic to make me seem more alive. I just want people to see me as more of an admissible human, not a daughter of Cold Harbor. At least I don't have to worry about that around you. You accept me for who I am, and for that, I am grateful. Did you think I would really... Never mind.
the sooner we get out of this place, the better.
Oh? What is it?
I'm glad you're here.
It still feels kind of weird. Waking... just thinking about it.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. Relieved, I think. All those things had been building for a while. You have no idea how long I wanted to say that to her. Look, I loved my father, but when he found that prophecy, that became his life. Everything else, even me and my mother, we just became clutter. I was close with my mother, but she just kept feeding me her opinions of him, and eventually I started believing them. Like I said, we were never very close. Not a lot of father-daughter bonding, if you know what I mean. But once we threw our lot in with Molig Bal, people just don't think about their families anymore. Power takes precedence, he always said. I was. Honestly, it took me up until now to figure out that my mother was really just as bad as he was. He was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with seeing him fail. It was just so... toxic. Maybe I could have seen this coming. We could all be better off now. I know that in my head, but I just can't help feeling bad about the way things are. Sorry, I know you're trying to help. Thanks. Anyway, we should keep moving. I'm glad you're here. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well...
Alright. I have, actually. Have you ever read The Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim? Then you should know how amazing this book is, really. So many different types of ingredients and properties. It's truly fascinating. The illustrations are so vivid, and pretty accurate, too. Forgive me, I get carried away when I talk about these things. But what about you? What do you think of the book? Great, you have good tastes. I read it after you brought me back home for the first time. The castle certainly hasn't aged well, but at least someone's been updating our family library. This book was on my rather long reading list, because, you know, I only have 1,000 years worth of catching up to do. Both fun and not fun. Even for a bookworm such as myself, this was quite overwhelming.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here. Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the soul cairn takes just any leftovers. Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the ideal masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living.
Oh? What is it? Not much. Because there isn't really anything to do when you live on an island. And yes, On rare occasions, I did travel to Skyrim with my father. For, you know, the stuff he did as the head of Clan Volkihar. The typical things. Intimidation, scheming, bribery, blackmail, execution. And he did teach some of those things to me, so I guess I do have some other skills, if you could put it that way. But not hobbies by chance. I definitely didn't have the most normal childhood. I guess that's what you get for being a follower of Molag Bal. Though, besides the typical gardening and reading, I also did sing quite a bit. Definitely not nearly the caliber of the Bard's College, but I think it's something. Tell you what, give me some time to warm up a bit on the side, and maybe I'll sing something for you. I think now would be a good time to talk. I wasn't sure we'd make it out of there in one piece. I know this sounds weird, but I felt kind of scared for you. For both of us, the Ideal Masters could do anything, really. They could have trapped us there for one. I wouldn't like to be a hostage for eternity, again. Maybe you're a pile of talking script jelly. The Ideal Masters are real. Everything I said about the Soul Cairn was real. There are trapped souls, cryptic, floating entities. We fought an undead dragon. What we saw basically spelled out everything I had read about that place. The Soul Cairn, realm of oblivion as ruled by the Ideal Masters. And of course you didn't see them. They're called unseen for a reason. Ugh. Wait. You're just messing with me, aren't you? It's not funny. Maybe next time, I'll be the one to personally soul trap and place you in the Soul Cairn. See how you take that. You really don't give up, do you? Seriously, I'm just glad it's all over. I know I can be moody sometimes, but honestly, I appreciate that you're keeping our spirits up. Thanks. Look, there is something I'd like to tell you, and I really feel like now's the time. Do you like me? Not just as a friend, but as something else? I think you know what I mean. Then, hopefully this won't be awkward. Oh? What is it? All right. Wow. It's nice, actually. You are so nice and... Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to... I feel free, for once. I didn't mean to jump you like that. I just wanted to do it my way this time. To conquer my fear and do the very thing that still gives me nightmares on my terms. It had to be someone I trust. It had to be you. I used to see intimacy as a way to deceive, to take advantage, and most of all, to demonstrate power. Control, domination, degradation. It's like, all my life, I've only ever seen a facade. I just wanted to experience what it's really meant to be like for once, with you. Thank you for that. I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this. Well, I'm here. You know, life could always be better. Fewer people out to get me. Skies without dragons. Skyrim's weather. Oh well, won't even get started on that one. But I'm still grateful for two things in my life. Good books and good wine. Well, alright. Maybe three things. Good books, wine, and you. From the looks of this place, it looks like it was once a dwarven city. It's a shame, really. Now it looks so torn down. I would have liked to see cities like this. When they were still normal, at least. Now, their only population consists of these automatons. Really, what happened to the Dwemer? It still puzzles me to this day. What now? I can't say it surprises me. I kind of figured we were heading for this someday. I just didn't know when. You always say what you think, don't you? I don't like him any more than you do, but he is my father. I'm getting there, making my peace with it. Come on, we can talk about this another time. We've got enough to worry about right now. Stay focused. I'll watch your back.